I checked in and I said, could I get an aisle seat? And the lady goes, well, sure, but it comes with a window. I guess. So I am excited to be here. You guys are all staring at me. Some people look like confused. They're like, oh my gosh, when did Celine Dion start doing stand-up comedy? Do I look like Celine Dion? Do I look like it? Everybody tells me I look like Celine Dion. I always get Celine Dion or Dolly Parton. It is so weird. Dolly Parton right there, Dolly Parton. Sir, I think you're the only one that knows who Dolly Parton is. Everybody under 20 are like, huh? Where's Kim Kardashian, huh? Anyhow, I am so excited. I told all my friends, I'm taping a comedy special. They're like, that's so awesome. Where are you doing it, in LA, in Vegas? I said, no. Provo, Utah. Exactly. So I love Provo. I love Utah. This is fun. You guys do know how to have a good time. I like that a lot. Sometimes, I travel all over the country. I'm from Orange County, California. I'm in LA a lot. Yes, anybody from California? Yay! Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Did you guys follow me here or what? That's so weird. But anyways, I flew in. The flight was very easy. This is fantastic because sometimes traveling is such a nightmare. Not long ago, I had to do a gig in a tiny little town in Waterloo, Iowa. Have you guys ever heard of this? Tiny, tiny little town. Tiny, really tiny. And my agent booked my flight. I had to fly in on a puddle jumper. Do you guys know what a puddle jumper is? I didn't even know what that is. It's those tiny little planes. It's like 6 people on each side. It's like, I didn't know what that was. You know how I figured it out? I checked in and I said, could I get an aisle seat? And the lady goes, well, sure, but it comes with a window. Right? It's like single file seating. Oh, wow. And it was a cheap flight, too, because midway through the flight, you had to chip in for gas, so that was weird. Like, here's my $10, So they passed that up. But I love little towns because everybody keeps things just like so sweet and simple and innocent and a little overboard for me if you ask me, because like when they landed the plane, they don't even let you off the plane. They just circle around the parking lot till you find your car. And I'm like, there's my Honda. All right, hit the brakes. And then they let you out. But you know what was even cuter is I went into the airport, and it's a tiny little airport, and they had a pager lady. A pager lady. It was half the size of this room, people. A pager lady. I'm used to LAX. Like if you have a phone call, they'll say, pick up the white courtesy phone for a message, please. That's all we ever get. But this lady, she had way too much time on her hands. And she was sharing all this information that I had never, way more information than I really needed, because it's like, paging Mr. Steve Burns. Mr. Steve Burns, yeah, your wife called. She needs you to pick up some milk on the way home. 2 minutes later, paging Mr. Billy Parks. Billy Parks, yeah, Becky called. Boy, is she ticked. She said, if you want to find your stuff, it's at your mama's house, you cheating liar. Paging Kimberly Wald. Kimberly Wald, congratulations, honey. Your test results were negative. Oh. So, Kimberly was happy. I like things simple sometimes. I like things simple. I think the world is getting so complex and so ridiculous. Like, simple things, are becoming complex. Like, I fly in and out of airports all the time, and everything is fancy now. Nobody has the restrooms. The restrooms are overboard. It's crazy, right? Everything's automated, right? You don't know what's automated, what's not. Do you ever do that? Do you ever walk up to a door and you stop because you think it's going to open, but it doesn't open, right? And then the bathrooms. I miss manual flushing. Anybody else? Manual flushing, because I was good at it, I knew exactly when I was ready to flush. I knew, but now I have to leave it to the control of the automated flushers. And I just wonder, like, ladies, am I the only one standing in the stall trying to seduce the censor? Does anybody? Do you ever, catch yourself and you're trying to trick it? Like, come on. I'm done. Come on, my friends are waiting. They're waiting. It's crazy. It's either you can't get it to go or you get the premature flush. Have you had that? That's terrible because you're sitting there and all of a sudden, woo! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm in France. And I feel so fresh now. I feel so fresh. It's silly. Everything is getting so complex. Nothing is simple anymore. I went to Vegas. I like you guys here because I talked about partying here. You guys keep it simple here. It's nice. You're classy. You keep it good. I went to Vegas. I went dancing for the first time. Are you guys a dancing kind of group? You seem like energetic. I like you. I like you. You go out dancing, right? Oh, look at you. Got the moves already. Is that how you dance? That's so cool. I love dancing. That's why I was goofing off. I love dancing because it just puts you in a good mood, right? But dancing has changed so much. I was working a gig in Vegas, and then I decided to go to a club for the first time in forever. And if you're over 40, ladies, you guys know everything has changed. If you're under 20, you don't get it, right? Okay? Because like when we used to go dancing, right? Remember, ladies, we used to put on a pretty little dress. We always wanted to look classy. We'd put on a pretty dress. We'd wait for a man to ask us to dance, right? And then when they'd ask you to dance, we'd walk out on the dance floor. And as they were watching you walk, you're thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I hope he doesn't look at my butt. I hope my butt doesn't look big. I hope he doesn't look right. We didn't want him looking at our butts. Have you seen Dancing Now? Someone's like, hey, do you want to dance? And they're like, well, sure, here I come. All right. Hey, thanks for asking me to dance. Oh my gosh, I love this song. I love it. Oh, this is my favorite. I love it. I am so shy. I'm Frances. What's your name? I'm Frances. I'm really sorry, ma'am. I didn't realize you were so close. I'm really sorry. If we were in a different town, you'd owe me $1. But not here. Can you imagine? Isn't that crazy? It's like, where are you going? I like this song. Let's dance to no other one. It's so people do things weird. Dating is weird now. Dating is not simple. Everybody's talking. Nobody's talking. I take that back. Everybody's texting. I like texting a little bit, but it's a little overboard. Anybody with me? Everybody's texting. Nobody knows how to talk anymore. I think texting is great, but it's a little overboard. Anybody with me on that one? Yes. I'm glad you guys are here. A little eye contact, a little connection, right? A little, oh, I like that. Because everybody's texting, and then I'm thinking, like, how do you communicate when you get married, you know, and you're trying to romance each other? You have to text, ooh, you are so H-O-T. That feels so G-O-O-D, you know. OMG, OG, oh. 10% of you. Okay. Nobody else gets it. All right. Okay. See, now I'm married. I've been married over 20 years, so if I were to text my man, thank you. I love being married, but things change, right? I've been married 20 years, so if I were to text my man while we were being intimate, it'd be more like D-O-N-T. S-T-O-P, you know. H-U-R-R-Y. I've got laundry. I got laundry to do. Come on. Let's wrap it up. Yeah, things do change, I know. Some of the guys are starting to hate me. But the ladies, we're gonna bond tonight, right, ladies? We're gonna bond. We are gonna bond, that's right. And listen, don't get me wrong, I love my guys. So I said I've been married 20 years. How many people in the crowd are married? Married people? Do we have married people? Woo! I think marriage is great. My husband, he's sweet. He had 20 years together. He proposed on my birthday. And at first I was so excited, but then I got ticked off because I was like, well, thanks a lot, but where's my regular present? I realized I was getting gypped a gift. Come on, you know? And we dated for like 2 years, and that was sweet. But then I started getting a little antsy, because I think women get a little antsy, right? A year to 2 years, we start like, when's he gonna propose? And I was starting to think, man, if he doesn't propose soon, I'm throwing him a surprise wedding. Surprise! Come on in, come here. Oh my gosh, stand right there. Did you really think you're going fishing, did you? Have you met Father Philip? Father Philip, this is Lee. Lee, Father Philip. Yeah. He just said, who wants to go fishing? Say I do. He loves fishing. He loves fishing. So we've been married 20 years. 20 years. We are so different. So different. And whenever I tell people that, they always try to make me feel better. That's why I'm so proud that we've made it for so long. Because everybody says, well, you know, opposites attract. Opposites attract. And I started thinking about it. It's kind of true, right? Right? I was thinking like, wow, like he's an introvert, I'm an extrovert. You know, he's a vegetarian, I'm a lesbian. And, surprise! I'm kidding. I'm glad you guys laughed at that. I am not a lesbian. I'm not a lesbian. I wish I was, though. I do, because I would totally have my own talk show by now. So, right? Rosie, Ellen, Frances! It would be great. It would be great. But anyways, I'm just saying that to be goofy. I am saying that to be goofy because, to be honest, sometimes I feel like I work in Hollywood and I don't blend in because I feel like I'm not a cool modern mom. I'm actually quite traditional. Like I mentioned, I'm married. I have 2 little boys. The weird part is I had my kids after I got married. You guys applaud, but we're the only ones in this room. I'm kidding. I did. So I had my kids after I got married. Here's the really embarrassing part is I got pregnant by my own husband. That is so out of style. Anyways, they think I'm a freak in Hollywood. They're like, ooh! I'm kidding. I'm being sarcastic. I think it's fantastic. So I have 2 boys. I had my boys back to back, which freaked me out because I didn't even know you could get pregnant that way. And bam, bam, baby. Who knew? I was just trying to keep it fresh, tried to keep it fun, and then bam, baby. I had no idea. I'm that clueless. But I will tell you what I did know, and I figured this out real fast. When you have a baby and then you get pregnant like a month later, no one says congratulations. They don't. They look at you and they're like, get cable, right? Like, calm it down, girl, calm it down. Jeez, are you kidding me? I've been married 20 years. 20 years. I love my guy. He is still hot and beautiful to me. But the thing is, things do change. They change. Anybody been married as long as me? Anybody in the longer? Yay! How many for you guys? How many? 20. Oh, good for you. Very nice. Things have changed a little bit, have they? Yes. You love this guy, though, right? Yes. Very good. Just disregard the pregnant pause right there. Just that little hesitation was just a glitch. She was swallowing water. Anyways, and what about you guys? How long have you been married? Almost 31. Fantastic. Look at it. This is a sign of a man that's been married 31 years. Look at you. Don't even make sounds. Look at you. You're just staring at me like I'm speaking Chinese, sir. I like that. 31 years. That's fantastic. Things do change. I love my guy. But let's be honest. When you first get married, you're like, oh, I just love you all the time, all the place, right? And then things change. Things change. Right? You have kids, and it's a beautiful thing, but like your love life does change a little bit because all of a sudden your house is filled with toys. Every single toy makes a noise, right? Right, moms? And you can't get that out of your brain, but you're still trying to be a good wife, so you're making love to your husband, but all I could hear in my brain was the wheels on the bus go round and round, right? You're making love, but you're hearing wheels on the bus go round and round, right? And then I'm like all into it. My husband's like, wow, you're so fired up, you know? I'm like, I just want to finish the song, you know? I actually started shouting out, make it stop, which is something you don't want to say to your man. That's insulting. They don't like hearing that part. But I will admit to you guys, because I feel like I'm bonding, I always screw up the bedroom talk. I'm not good at it. Because I don't shift out of mom mode into wife mode very easily. And like one time I was with my husband and I actually heard myself say, "Good boy!" It was crazy. And then we got done and I was like, "Yay, you did it! You did it, you did so good. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You did a good job. That was very good. Good job." And I'm not gonna lie, he did really good. He did good, you know. So I gave him a treat, you know. I was like, "Here's a cookie," you know, because I wanted him to remember. And, positive reinforcement for that boy right there. Oh, it's crazy. Crazy. I'll tell you what, that was when I first had kids. So I had the 2 boys and everybody asked me for a long time, "What about a girl? Didn't you wish you had a girl? What about a girl? Didn't you wish you had a girl?" And for a long time I wanted a girl, but then I realized I was really lucky I never had a daughter, because if I did, she would always be younger than me. And, right? Like younger and prettier under my roof? Who wants to live with that pressure? Not me. But I'm sure you look at all the moms getting quiet. No, I love my daughters. I actually would love to have a daughter. I think having a teenage daughter would be very helpful, right? Right? Yeah? Because they're stylish and trendy, and I could use a little help sometime. Because sometimes I screw it up. Like I try to be hip and cool, like I got a belly ring, but it's a clip-on. And I know. And then I decided to get a tattoo. Woo! I knew that it would go over well. And you guys are like, no. But this was a good tattoo. I was trying to be subtle. It is the cutest cluster of spider veins, like right there, right? Woo! Oh man, it looks so real. It does. It looks really, really real. They did such a good job. It looks awesome. Anyway, so 20 years in with my guy, 20 years in, we still try to keep it good. We try to keep love alive. But let's be honest, things do change. And like I said, I love my guy, but I'm going to be honest. You guys, 20 years together, you must relate to me, right? Right? You love my man, your man. No, I hope you don't love my man. You love your man, right? Yes. But here's the thing. It's like sometimes, do you guys have kids? Yes, life is busy, right? Yes. And sometimes you have to try to find, wow, you sound angry. And, but I relate, I'm with you. We can't do it all, right? And our husbands always want us to be close and intimate, and I try, but I'm gonna be honest, I am making love to my husband these days on birthdays and holidays. Anybody else? Birthdays and holidays. Are you with me on that one? Birthdays and holidays. A little bit more. No, you know what? Here's what it is. I'm doing birthdays and holidays. And I don't know about you, but sometimes it feels like the holidays are getting closer and closer together, right? Would you guys lighten up? This is jokes. You guys are like, wow, I feel sorry for her. Man, yeah. Birthdays and holidays, and she's complaining because of holidays. But see, I do all, it's like crowded. And last year was really, like you said, a little bit more. Last year was a busy year at my house because it was election year, right? And, yeah. My husband would come home, "Hey, it's Super Tuesday! Woo!" You guys have to hurry up. I only have about 35 minutes. So, can't take that. Yeah, Super Tuesday. He does. He finally figured out that he gets a little bit of action, you know, on a holiday. So all of a sudden he'd come home, bring me flowers. I'm like, "What are these for?" "It's Groundhog's Day," you know. So crazy. I know, and his favorite holiday is Black History Month. It's the whole month, honey. He's a smart guy. You know who messed up the birthdays and holiday thing is Dr. Oz. Do you guys watch Dr. Oz? I love that show. Dr. Oz says it's important to be intimate with your spouse because you'll live a longer, healthier life, right? So I thought to myself, okay, what the heck? You know, I'll kick it up, you know. I've been married a long time, but I'll kick it up to bi-monthly, right? Right? Instead of like every 3 months, I'll do bi-monthly. That's not bad, right, guys? Come on, I was thinking, Listen, I'm a planner. So I thought I will put him on the same schedule as my housekeeper. Every other Thursday. That way I'll never forget. I'll remember every other Thursday. It'll be so good. That'll be perfect. And then when I'm really, it's like, whatever. That's a joke I can't say in this town. And anyways, so here's the deal. I want to finish this up with Dr. Oz. It turns out that every other week is not good enough. He said you have to be intimate 3 to 4 times a week. Seriously? You guys are awesome. Oh my gosh. When I heard 3 to 4 times a week, I thought to myself, I'd rather eat a bowl of Brussels sprouts. That'll help me live longer. I'll do that. Anyways. I'm glad you guys can laugh at that stuff, because life is worth laughing at, right? And you've been married. Exactly. You know what? The process of being in a long-term marriage is fantastic, and you have to use your sense of humor to get over the bumps in the road. Are you with me on that one? So, absolutely. So you can't get uptight about things. People get too uptight about the silliest things. I'll be honest, at my house, romance has always been a little bit odd. I'll share it with you guys. I'll tell you why, because my husband's from Wyoming. How many people from Wyoming? Exactly. No one. No one is from... I got my man from Wyoming. That means he's into outdoor stuff. He just wants to go hunting and fishing. That's all he wants, hunting and fishing, hunting and fishing, hunting and fishing. And when we first got married, we were trying to have a baby, and I'm trying to romance him. I did normal stuff, like candles and music, right? And romance, none of that works. And then I realized, okay, you got to kind of approach a guy with what he likes. And so I figured out how to make it work. I ended up standing in the middle of the bathtub wearing a pair of rubber waders. Come on, go fish, baby, go fish. That's my man right there. That's my man. I know I look silly, but I got lucky every time. I did. See, now I thought he would be happy. I thought that would be the end of it. But no, he took it to the next level. Because all of a sudden fishing season's over, but now it's hunting season. So he comes home one night and he's like, hey, sweetheart, put this on. So I actually strapped the antlers to my head, right? Okay, put them on. Then I had to hide between the couch and the ficus tree, I was a little nervous, I was nervous because I had never played hide and go kill before, right? Oh, but he loved it. I could hear him in the kitchen. He was like, be very quiet. It's wife hunting season. That freaked me out, so I started running for the front door because I wanted to get the heck out of there, right? But he comes around the corner with a big old flashlight, and I just froze. I couldn't move a muscle. It was like a deer in headlights, Oh. And I was scared because I thought, oh my gosh, he's going to take me outside and strap me to the hood of the car. No, he didn't do that. Instead, he ended up mounting me in the library. So, there's my wife right there. I bagged that woman right there. See, now if I said mounting me in the library in a different town, it would mean something totally different. Anyways. Well, you guys are fun. You guys are a fun group. So we tried to make things work. My guy is a kind of a quiet guy, too, which works out pretty good. He's kind of quiet. And it works out pretty good for me because I find myself so interesting. And, right? But guys and girls, they're very different, right? We all communicate very different, very different. I remember when we first got married, I was out doing USO tours, right? And I was entertaining the troops all around the world. And this is before cell phones, and I couldn't get a hold of him. And finally, I got a hold of him. And I heard his voice, and I got all choked up. And I said, oh my gosh, babe, I haven't been able to call you because the schedule has been crazy, and they're flying us in and out on Black Hawks. We're performing in bombed out buildings. It's been crazy, but I just want to come home and be with you and start a family, and we'll just be together forever. And he says, oh my gosh, sweetie, did you just say that you got to fly in a Black Hawk? Men and women, they're different. We communicate different. We always do. So that's where you have to work it out. You have to make it work. You have to make it work because it gets frustrating sometimes. Guys are just not big communicators. And it starts, you can see it in the teenage years when two friends start to try to talk to each other. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to form sentences, teenage boys, right? You ever see two teenage guys try to talk to each other on the phone? They don't use sentences. They just make sounds. Grunts. They're like this. Hey, sup, going? Hey, later. Right? And they're done. And they understand each other. They know where, when, what time to meet. It's crazy. But you put two teenage girls on the phone, it's completely different. Have you ever noticed? Teenage girls turn into rambling contortionists, right? It's like, oh my gosh, Cindy, I haven't talked to you in so long. It's been 10 minutes and so much has happened. I went to the mall and I got this really cool blue skirt and I was all excited. Except for when I got home, I realized I should have never got blue because ever since Mark and I broke up, I've been feeling so depressed. And blue is the color of depression. And so that's why I was thinking I should have never got blue because blue makes me feel depressed. And I still really like Mark. And that's what I was thinking, I don't know what I should do. I was thinking, so... Anyways, I was thinking, should I work out or what? What? Oh, okay, well, when Cindy gets home, could you tell her I called? Oh, thank you. I don't know what it is with women and the phone. We just can't stop, right, ladies? We love to talk. For the longest time, I was afraid of becoming a mom because all my friends, we would talk on the phone like that, right? And then all my friends had kids before I did. And they were the girls that I would talk to on the phone all the time. But then they had their children. And then they would call me and still try to talk to me. But they were talking to me and yelling at their kids at the same time. Talking to me, yelling at their kids at the same time. And I couldn't tell which was which. You know those people? Yeah? Yeah? I got in a huge fight with my friend because I called her up. I was like, hey, Christelle's going to go to the gym. Do you want to go? And she's like, well, I would love to, but it's Wednesday, and I am busy. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, maybe we could go a little later. And she's like, what did I just say? I was like, well, you said you were busy, so I thought maybe we could go a little later. She's like, I said no. I'm like, all right. I was just asking. She's like, if you don't knock it off, I'm going to smack you. I'm like, yeah, well, I could kick your butt. She's like, don't you talk to me like that. And I'm like, you don't talk to me like that. No, you don't talk to me like that. No, you don't talk to me like that. And then she's like, oh my gosh, you've got poopy pants. I'm like, at least I don't stuff my bra. Kids are great. I'm glad I found my guy. Like I said, we're very different. The only one thing that did work out for us that was in common is I'm a very tall girl. So when I was dating, that was kind of tough. I'm very tall. Do we have any tall ladies in the crowd? Any tall ladies? Yay! How tall are you? Oh, we got a bunch of them. How tall? 5'9". 5'9", very nice. And you? 5'11". You're my kind of girl. Is this your guy right here? Is he taller than you? Yeah, you probably checked that out first, didn't you? I know. See, now for me, I always dated guys for their height rather than their wealth. I know, because I wasn't thinking. And now that I look back, ooh, I would love a short little rich man. Anyways. Actually, I never cared. I'd date a short guy. I don't care. I would date a short guy. It's very Hollywood. It's very, very attractive. If he's confident, I'm okay with it. But some short guys get angry around tall women. Did you ever notice that? Yeah, like we stole their height. Like we had anything to do with it, but they get mad. Did you get this growing up? I always got that stupid stuff. Like in high school, this guy would be, hey, what's the weather like up there? Every day, hey, what's the weather like up there? Hey, what's the weather like up there? One day I snapped. I go, it's raining. You know? I always got those things. I was in a nightclub once and went, hey, do you play basketball? I'm like, no. Do you play miniature golf? You know. And you shouldn't get upset about that. You shouldn't get upset about it. You just live with what you have, and you use your sense of humor to get through it. I learned how to get through my height, right? Like, I wasn't used to being tall, but I didn't want to slouch, so I never wanted poor posture, but I did do the hip stance. I don't know if you ever did that, because you're like 5'10", right? Look at 5'7". 5'10", 5'7". Actually worked out really, really good until one time I was at a party and this guy starts walking towards me and I didn't realize how short he was until he got closer and I was like, oh man, he is shorter. Wow, he is. Really? Oh man. Woo! What's up? And he's like, wow, are you a model? Thought I was a model. I'm like, no, are you mini-me? And but he was so nice. He still asked me to dance, so I didn't want him to notice. So I was doing all my cool moves. Slow dancing was weird. Hello, hey. It's crazy. Anyways, I don't know. I just think that the height thing doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I never wanted to be rude, so I tried to give be guys compliments. One time I was in a bank, right, and some short guy standing in front of me. He was like about 5'0", right? I know. And I wanted to give him a compliment, so I looked right at him. I'm like, you are so cute. Yes, you are. And he looked a little mad, so I'm like, don't be mad at me. Come on. Oh, come on. Don't be mad at me. Don't. Let's play. Ready? He got a little upset, so I just put him down, you know. He scurried away. I felt like saying, fine, go deposit your pot of gold. And women can be mean to each other, too. Women can be really mean. I was trying to embrace my height, trying to learn to love it, right? So one time I decided I'm going to just, like, totally go for it. So I put on this brand new green dress. I went out dancing, matching high heels, green dress, green heels. I felt pretty. But then I was in this nightclub, and 3 little petite women are making fun of me. They're like, ooh, look, it's the Jolly Green Giant. The Jolly Green Giant. So I just played along, and I was like, ho, ho, ho. Green Giant. Woo! See? Don't let stuff bother you. Don't let it bother you. Things change. We can't change everything. We can't change everything about our bodies. We just have to embrace it, right? Right? And yeah, go ahead, clap for me. And I'll tell you why. Okay, I like you guys, so I'm gonna go for this. On the last show, we were a little bit worried, like, should we do this or not? But I'm gonna go for it, because you guys are fun, right? You guys are, yeah? You guys know what humor's about, right? Yes. Okay, so one of my biggest things, I think a sense of humor is very important in life, because as we know, we can't control everything. You can't control your height, you can't control your body, you can't control your size, and that's one thing about women. I am from LA area, work in Las Vegas, and I'm trying to do this bit right here in Provo without saying any words, and like, I don't want to say the words about, like, when women, we have different size, up here's, and some women don't like the size of their up here, and, right? And so, so I'm trying not to say any words that would offend. So, what I'm talking about is bumps. That's what I'm talking about. The women's bumps are bumps. Like, we all have different size bumps. Are you with me? We have different size bumps. And you know what? Sometimes women want bigger bumps than they have. And sometimes they don't. And I never worried about the size of my bumps growing up. If you need help, ask your neighbor. And some people over here, what is she talking about? I never worried about the size of my bumps because am I the only girl who thought that bumps are kind of like teeth? Anybody else? Teeth? Like, right? Teeth. I thought my bumps were like my teeth. I thought the baby ones would fall out. The baby ones will fall out, and then the permanent ones will come in, and then I'll have adult bumps. But clearly that didn't happen. And the only time I had big bumps was after I had a baby, because women know, right? Oh my gosh, I had a baby, and I went from a bump to a D bump. Did you know that? That bumps come in cup sizes. So I had an A cup, went to a D cup. But then when it was all over, I was back down to a quarter cup. And so that was a little disappointing. So listen, here's the thing, is I live in Orange County, right? I live in Orange County, and what do Orange County women do? When they don't like the size of their bumps, what do? They buy bumps, right? And I think that's kind of silly. I think you should just kind of live with what you have, right? But then I thought, you know what? If you're really, really unhappy, you don't need to buy any bumps. I thought, like, you can try to make them yourself. That way you don't have to alter your body with surgery, right? So, I know. So I figured out, just bear with me, people. So I figured out how to make homemade bumps so that when I wanted to blend in with the Hollywood crowd, I could. And I went dancing to test it out. Tell me what y'all think now. Here we go. Come on, here we go. Be uptight. Oh, see, this even works here. It works here. It's summer now, but can you imagine the winter? It'd be like, ooh, is it cold out? Brr. Brr. Great. Oh. So these are my homemade bumps, people. Isn't this great? They're just like the real ones, right? Because you start out in your 20s right here, right? And then your 40s, right? And then by the time you're in your 80s, hello. It was silly. I had so much fun goofing off with this. I did. I was in Las Vegas, and you know there's weirdos out there. So I know, but I blended in perfectly, right? After the show, I walked out on the strip, and I stood up against the wall, and I just stood there and watched people go by. I was just looking at it. When I went dancing, I would see a cute guy, and I'd be like, hey, you know? But then I turn around like, ooh, there's a weirdo. Hello, hey. Hey. Right back at you, right there. And it was going pretty good until this really cute guy came up to me, and I got all nervous and flustered, and I screwed up the whole thing because I was talking to him, and I'm like, oh my gosh, hi.